Welcome to X Science, and I am JT. Just recently, researchers at Cortex has found mathematical evidence suggesting that there may be a planet X deep in the solar system. This hypothetical Neptune-sized planet orbits our Sun in a highly elongated orbit, far beyond Pluto. The object, which the researchers has nicknamed Planet 9, could have a mass about 10 times that of the Earth and orbit around 20 times further from the Sun on average than Neptune. It may take between 10,000 and 20,000 Earth years to make one full orbit around the Sun. The hypothesis comes from the observation that small objects in the Kuiper belt tend to follow orbits that cluster together, suggesting a named planet hiding far beyond Pluto. NASA states that the announcement does not mean there is a new planet in our solar system. The existence of the distant world is only theoretical at this point, and no direct observation of the object's nickname has been made. Or does it? Some of us might already recall Planet X, aka the Nibiru catalyst. There has been a great deal of controversy surrounding the subject. Ever since before the discoveries of Neptune in 1846, astronomers have hypothesized that there are two large cosmic bodies lurking far beyond Uranus, causing its erratic orbits. When Neptune was discovered, it was deemed too small to be the only planet affecting the orbits of Uranus, and even Neptune's orbit itself seems to be affected by a large gravitational force on the edge of the solar system. In December 1983, the scientists of the IRAS Observatory made it to the headlines, announcing that they have used their infrared satellites to detect an unknown object, possibly as large as Jupiter's and possibly a part of the solar system. The object was detected twice within only 6 months near the constellations of Orion. IRAS, a joint project by the scientists from the US, Great Britain, and the Netherlands, described the object as so cold it casts no light, explaining why it has not been observed before by optical telescopes. IRAS also reported that the object seems to be moving towards Earth. Only 4 years later, however, in 1987, NASA announced that its two pioneering spacecraft, which has been exploring beyond the known planets since 1972, has failed to find any evidence supporting the existence of the object. Dr. Robert Harrington, chief astronomer of the US Naval Observatory, despite all the sudden cover-up, did not stop doing his work until his mysterious death in 1993. Ever since, NASA has not said a single word about Planet X again. So what happened to this object? Could it really be Planet X? And if so, could NASA have been hiding it? Despite NASA announcements and cover-ups, speculations and conspiracy theories around Planet X or the Nibiru catalysm continue. In 1995, Nancy Learder, a woman from Wisconsin who claimed that she received brain implants from extraterrestrial being named Cetas as a girl, said a large planetary object, Planet X, would sweep through the Earth in the early 21st century. The collisions or near miss between the two planets would cause a stop in the Earth's rotation for 6 days. Physical pole shifts, disruptions of the Earth's magnetic cores and displacement of the Earth's crust. The Charium Sixtieth, author of the book The 12 Planets, interpreted ancient Mesopotamian religious texts, stating that a giant planet beyond Neptune, Nibiru, passes by the Earth every 3,600 years, allowing its sentient inhabitants to interact with humanity. Later on, the theories of Planet X was blended with the Mayan calendar and the doomsday of 2012. The implications of the existence of Planet X, other than the theories of it passing by Earth, is related to catastrophic events in a more indirect manner. American physicist Richard Muller discovered that mass extinctions happen every 26 million years. He suggested that every 26 million years, a large object, for example a planet, passes by the Oort cloud, a cluster of comets on the edge of the solar system, causing the comets to crash into the internals of solar system, including into Earth, causing mass extinction. So, what did you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the videos, like, subscribe and stay tuned for more. Other than NASA's being accused of covering up a huge planetary object heading toward Earth, Google has also been accused of hiding Planet X. In 2008, it was reported that Google Sky was missing a patch of data near the constellation Orion, exactly where the IRIS project reported finding the Jupiter-sized object. Google scientists, however, attribute the error to a glitch in the system. Now, 30 years after the dismissal of this original Planet X discovery, the planets once again resurface. Deja vu? Well, whether Planet X really exists or not, and whether it will directly sweep through Earth or plunge Everest-sized comets towards Earth, most of us probably won't know it until it is too late. Of course, according to official sources, there is nothing to worry about. The common misconception is that wherever you stand on Earth, its gravitational force on you is the same. However, the Earth is made up of land masses of varying size, and this causes differences in the force of gravity. The larger the landmass, the stronger the gravitational pull it exerts on the objects above it. Studying the differences in land masses and gravitation has many purposes, be it locating oil reserves, volcanoes and earthquakes areas, or studying geologies and climate, and it is the main interest of the Gravity Recoveries and Climate Experience, or GRACE for short, a joint commission by NASA and the German Aerospace Center. The GRACE launched 2 satellites in March 2002 to measure these anomalies and thus infer how land masses are distributed. What is worth noting is, during one of the flights by Antarctica, the GRACE satellite discovers a gravitational anomaly in a virtually blank spot on the icy continent. There were virtually no special surface features, and out of the blue, the satellites discover a gravitational spike, where the gravity reaches 300 miles up into space and pulls them down stronger than anywhere else on the continent. This phenomenon is known as the Weikis Land Gravity Anomaly, and is one of the greatest mysteries on Earth. The question is, what could be underneath the permanent icy sheet of Antarctica and exert such a gravitational force? The American geophysicist Ralph von Friesens at the Ohio State University, one member of the team who made this shocking discovery, used various radar equipment and revealed an area of 320 km wide with dense mantle material at a depth of more than 1.6 km under the ice shelf of Weikis Land. This mass concentration may have been caused by an upswelling of denser material from the Earth's mantle because of a massive impact. In other words, the first clue is that this may very well be an impact crater. Fries said it himself that if this concentration was on the Moon, he would expect to see a crater around it. The team then looked at the airborne radar images of the areas and found what were described as a crater, a singular ridge around 500 kilometers wide, running around the concentration. If this theory is true, this could be the biggest crater ever found on Earth, and the size of the object might very well be 4 to 5 times as big as the asteroid that's called the KPG extinction, the mass extinction 65 million years ago that wiped out the known avian dinosaurs. Some other researchers, on the other hand, suggested that this may have been caused by volcanic magma swelling up from the deep. Nonetheless, the Earth's mantle in these specific areas is actually much thinner than other areas in Antarctica. Therefore, the theories of volcanic activities being the cause of the anomalies is rejected. Another intriguing discovery is that the areas of anomaly was actually lying inside a much larger circular structure, which was visible in the radar images of the land surface beneath the permanent ice sheet. Thus, if this really is a crater impact, the asteroid that caused it is still lying in the dead center of it. Unfortunately, up to present day, scientists still have no clue or method to unearth, or to put it more precisely, unice this object, whatever it might be. Using currently available tools and satellites only reveal the gravitational pulls larger than anywhere else on the ice continent of Antarctica. which itself is, so far, a mystery. Conspiracies surrounding the Whitest Land gravitational anomalies include a secret Nazi base, allegedly built there during the Second World War. Evidence of this are coming to light in recent years, with photos showing various saucer-shaped entrances built on the side of mountains. Interestingly, the entrances are at a very high altitudes. How exactly does one enter a saucer-shaped entrance high up in a mountain? Think about it yourself, but we would say with a saucer-shaped flying object. There are other evidence and even witnesses supporting the theories of this being a secret base for flying saucer objects. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed and the KGB, the former Soviet intelligence agencies, released documents which has previously been classified. These documents revealed the United States' infamous Operation High Jump. Operation High Jump was officially named the United States Naval Antarctic Development Program. It was organized by Rear Admiral Richard Byrd, Jr. and led by Rear Admiral Richard Cruzen. Starting on August 26th of 1946 and ending in late February 1947. During the operation, the U.S. Navy sent multiple expeditions of a task force containing 4,000 men, 13 ships, and 33 aircrafts to the Antarctic, with the public reasons being training humans and testing equipment in frigid conditions, studying the Antarctic and possibilities of establishing research bases. Many people, however, believe the true purpose of the operations was to investigate the previously said entrances to the secret Navy base, or even to an inner Earth. Much of this information actually even came from Mr. Byrd himself. He told tales of saucer-shaped objects that burst out of the icy Atlantic Ocean, attacked and nearly destroyed his entire fleet, and finally escaped. Admiral Byrd was later quoted saying that the primary threat of the US on Earth was not at all the Russians, but the mysterious force located near the South Pole, with the capabilities of attacking the human civilization at will, with little to no foresight or warning at all. Other conspiracy theorists even suggested under the ice shelf of Antarctica lies the lost continent of Atlantis. So what do you think? Is it an enormous space rock 5 times as big as the Himalayas, a secret military base of flying saucers, or a whole hidden civilization? Whatever the theories, one thing is for sure: Antarctica has long been, and will probably continue to be, in the foreseeable future, the enigma of the scientific community. What exactly lies under the Antarctic ice sheet may forever be unknown. At least until global warming has something to say about it.